Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Return to Play. I'm your host, Matt Judge, Assistant Director of Athletic Communications, and I am joined today by cross country, track and field student athlete Emma Novak. Welcome to the show, Emma.
Thank you.
Emma, you're originally from Clinton, New York. How did you find out about Swarthmore?
I knew about Swarthmore as a liberal arts college that was similar to some others I was applying to, but I came up here and visited, and I was also in touch with Coach Carroll, and I thought that it seemed like a really good fit in terms of the running, as well as, of course, the academic aspects.
Unfortunately, last academic year, we didn't compete. So what did you do during your gap year?
I tried to do a lot of different things. I really missed being at Swarthmore. I worked a couple of jobs and internships, several legal internships, and then I worked this past spring in person at the district attorney's office in media. I did an internship with a nonprofit that helps with disaster preparedness around the world, and I was also working on my history honors thesis, which I'm going to continue to work on this coming year.
So you mentioned previously to me that you moved around a lot. So can you explain to what you did during this gap year that helped you move around a little bit?
Yeah, well, my family spent the winter in Vermont, which was really nice, a little bit out of the craziness of the pandemic. And then this past spring, I lived with some friends from the cross country team in Lansdowne. And now I'm at Swarthmore for summer research. So lots of packing up boxes and then unpacking the same boxes.
Yes, you definitely did move around a little bit. So cross country and track is probably one of the easier ones to train for during a pandemic. How did you train during a pandemic?
Yeah, I think the nice thing about running is you can run pretty much anywhere and theoretically in any weather. The hard thing is that at Swarthmore, the team is such a big piece of like what it means to be a runner and to be training. And so with everybody all spread out, I think I and most likely others just felt like a little bit cut off from that aspect. And I think relearning how to train without that like constant anticipation of a competitive season was very different. I've been on a track team since 8th grade. And so this was like the first extended break I've had from competitive running in a very long time. And it was definitely just a different mindset and mentality.
Yeah, it's definitely challenging to get out there and run by yourself. And I think even like you mentioned, being on a team, it kind of pushes you to go a little bit harder, a little bit further and prepare for something a little bit more. So you mentioned previously that you were involved in performance arts. What do you do on campus here at Performance Arts?
Yeah, I'm a vocalist. I have been in a couple of opera productions outside of SWAT, and then at SWAT, I was in Cassandra last year. So one thing that encouraged me to take a gap year is that I've been preparing for a senior recital as an honors minor in music, and I was talking to my advisors, and it wouldn't have been feasible to do a recital in spring 2021 because COVID restrictions would have made it impossible.
And it definitely would have, it was probably different having a recital over Zoom because I do know that
Yeah,
the theater program and they have put out some Zoom productions.
I've seen that, which has been really amazing to see how people have adapted to Zoom. Um, just as something I've been anticipating for, most of my time at Swarthmore, I really wanted it to be in person. And I was lucky to have the option to take a gap year and make that possible.
And like you said, during your gap year, you were able to gain a lot of different experiences, both in all your different fields of work and work
Yeah.
on your honors thesis a little bit too.
Yes, which has been really good.
Yeah. So how have you been able to stay in contact with your teammates during this time? How did you all do that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think in the first part of quarantine when everybody was stuck at home, there were a lot more big group Zooms and stuff. But I think throughout, people have really kept in touch and maintained connections. And not just in the sense that we are all still running, just I think people are really close friends and want to be involved in each other's lives, no matter, what the running situation looks like. So it's definitely this summer, it's been really great to have this reunion. There's a lot of people from the team on campus who I haven't seen in person or hadn't seen until now, and it's been really great.
Yes, it's been a long time since we've seen a lot of people on campus, and I think last spring and this summer we definitely have seen more people starting to pick up. Restrictions are starting to ease a little bit. So, what is your favorite sports memory at Swarthmore?
That is such a hard question. I really loved running on the 4x8 relay my sophomore year at outdoor conferences. I really wanted to be on that relay team, and then we had a really successful race, and that's a great memory. I also really loved conferences, junior cross country, and the first big meet of the year, junior cross country, which was at Paul Short.
Okay, yes, yeah. There's so many different opportunities. You
Yeah.
have all the fall meets, and then you have all the indoor and outdoor track meets as well. So, now what are you looking forward to most for this upcoming academic year?
In terms of SWAT or in terms of
In general,
like specifically?
in general.
Um, I am really excited to take classes again, which I guess most people probably are. I've been sort of waiting for like my whole SWAT career to be taking these upper level seminars, and I really wanted to take them in person. But then in terms of running, I just love running with the team, and training on your own is not the same. And like it still feels very worthwhile, but it doesn't feel as fun. So I'm excited to be back into a normal routine and, to have a senior year. And I'm really happy that SWAT is, anticipating a pretty normal year.
Yes, definitely. And we are all looking forward to that in the athletic department. Thank you very much for joining me today, Emma. I really appreciate it.
Thank
And
you.
I wish you good luck this semester.
Yeah, thanks for having me.